Hey everyone, and welcome to our countdown of 15 crazy football moments you probably haven't heard of. We're diving deep into the unexpected, the bizarre, and the downright unbelievable moments that make football the beautiful game we all adore. We all love a good game, right? The thrill of the kickoff, the roar of the crowd, the tension in the air as the ball moves across the pitch, the goals, the big tackles, the amazing saves. These are the moments that keep us on the edge of our seats, that make us jump up and cheer. But every so often something totally bonkers happens that makes you rub your eyes and say, "Did I really just see that?" Moments that defy logic and leave everyone in the stadium and at home completely stunned. From dogs running on the field to square balls, these are the incidents that become legendary, talked about for years to come. And yes, even a referee scoring a goal. These moments are rare, but when they happen, they become part of football folklore. These are the stories behind the stories, the moments you might have missed, the behind-the-scenes bloopers, and the unexpected twists that make football so unpredictable. The kind of stuff that reminds you that in football anything can happen. It's this unpredictability that keeps us coming back for more, game after game. Okay, enough talk, let's get started. Get ready to relive some of the most jaw-dropping, hilarious, and downright crazy moments in football history. We've all seen birds stop a game, right? It's always a bit of a laugh when a feathered friend decides to make an unexpected appearance on the pitch. But what if I told you that sometimes it's not just birds that want to join in on the fun? Well, picture this. A big game in Argentina. Everyone's on the edge of their seats. The crowd is roaring, the tension is high, and every pass, every shot is met with bated breath. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a furry friend decides to join the fun. Yes, you heard that right. Yep, a dog, a four-legged pitch invader, decided he wanted to play too. The crowd couldn't believe their eyes. He wasn't just running across the field either. This dog had some serious moves, weaving between players like he was part of the team. He was weaving between players, tail wagging, loving the attention. The fans were in stitches, cheering for the unexpected star of the show. The referee, poor guy, didn't know what to do. He looked around, bewildered, probably wondering if this was some kind of prank. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, someone managed to get the dog off the field. The crowd gave a standing ovation. The match? Oh yeah, it started again, but honestly, no one cared about the score after that. The dog had stolen the show, and it was a moment no one would forget. They say you can score with any part of your body, but this is ridiculous. In the world of football, we've seen goals scored with heads, feet, knees, and even chests. But this one takes the cake. This goal is so weird, so unbelievable, it should be in the Football Hall of Fame. Imagine the most bizarre goal you've ever seen, and then multiply that by 10. Our hero, well, maybe not a hero, more like the right place at the right time, was a Romanian player named Ion Radu. Ion wasn't a prolific goal scorer, but fate had something special in store for him that day. Ion wasn't known for scoring goals, but today was different. It was a regular match, nothing out of the ordinary until that moment of sheer unpredictability. A cross came in, a defender messed up, and the ball bounced off Ion's, backside and went over the goalkeeper's head. Unbelievable, the ball seemed to have a mind of its own, defying all logic and physics. The crowd went wild. The announcers couldn't speak, and Ion, he just stood there with a funny look on his face. It was a mix of disbelief and amusement, as if he couldn't quite process what had just happened. The goal counted, of course, because a goal's a goal, even if it's scored with your rear end. And that day, Ion Radu became a legend, not for his skill, but for one of the most memorable and hilarious goals in football history. I've seen some strange things on a football pitch, but a square ball, that's a new one. But it really happened. At the 1966 World Cup, England played a practice match against some factory workers from West Germany. These guys had some weird training methods which for some reason involved a square football. The England players must have thought they were dreaming. The match? Let's just say it was interesting. The ball bounced all over the place and the players looked like little kids trying to kick a beach ball. Goalkeepers, right? They're a different bunch. They spend most of the game alone yelling at their teammates. But sometimes a goalkeeper comes along who likes to do things differently. Meet José Luis Chilavert, the Paraguayan goalkeeper who loved to score goals. He wasn't happy just stopping shots. He was great at free kicks and penalties. In fact, he was so good he scored a hat-trick. Yes, a hat-trick in a real game. 3 goals, all penalties, against a very surprised Argentinian team. They say it takes 11 players to win, but someone forgot to tell Sunderland that in 1973. Playing against Bolton Wanderers, Sunderland had only 7 players left after some injuries and some questionable calls by the referee. You'd think being down 4 players would be impossible to overcome, but Sunderland had other plans. They fought hard and got a little lucky. Against all odds, Sunderland won 1-0, a result that shocked everyone. We've all heard of referees being unfair, but this is crazy. This is the story of a referee who decided to play 2. Picture this, a local game in Brazil. Everyone's getting nervous and the referee, well, he's had enough. A cross comes in, the striker falls down and the referee gives a penalty. Then the referee walks up to the penalty spot, puts the ball down and kicks it past the shocked goalkeeper. Everyone was speechless. Football is a passionate game, right? We've all seen players get angry. But sometimes things go too far. This is the story of a bite that shocked the world. The biter, Luis Suarez, a great player, but also known for losing his temper. During a World Cup game, Suarez bit Italian defender Giorgio Chiellini. Yep, he bit him, on the shoulder. Suarez was banned for 4 months, which many thought wasn't long enough. We've all heard of rain-stopping play, maybe even snow, but bees, that's a new one, but it happened in Tanzania in 2017. 2 teams are playing, the crowd is excited, when suddenly a swarm of bees flies onto the field. Everyone had to lie down. The game stopped for 10 minutes while the bees flew around. Finally, they got bored and flew away, leaving the players to get up and start playing again. Loyalty is important in football, right? Players kissing the team badge, fans singing, managers promising to stay. But sometimes a player has to play for both teams in the same game. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it happened to John Bayram in 1946. Bayram was playing for Crystal Palace reserves when, at half-time, he got a strange request. Aldershot had an injured player and needed a substitute, so Bayram, being a good sport, switched teams for the second half. Penalty shootouts are nerve-wracking, right? But sometimes even penalties aren't enough. That's what happened in a game between Barbados and Grenada in 1994. After a 1-1 draw, the game went to penalties. Both teams scored their first 4, then missed their 5th, so it went to sudden death. The organisers, just as confused as the players, decided to flip a coin. Barbados won, much to their relief. Scoring a goal is a great feeling, right? But scoring a goal every minute of a game, that's legendary. In 1942, Polish striker Ernst Wilimowski did the impossible. He scored in every single minute of the match, 13 goals in total. They say possession is key in football. Passing, keeping the ball, controlling the game. But what if a team won without even touching the ball? Crazy, right? Well, it happened in Madagascar in 2002. One team, Azadima, was so mad at the referee in their last game, they protested by not playing. For the whole game, they just stood there while the other team passed the ball around. The result? 149. 0 to the team that actually played. We all know football matches can be loud, right? The crowd, the chants, the cheers. But what if there's no sound? That's what happened in a Turkish game in 2011. Galatasaray and Fenerbahce are big rivals and their games are usually very loud. But this time, the Turkish Football Federation punished both teams for their fans' bad behaviour. They made them play in an empty stadium. It was eerily quiet, with only the players' shouts echoing around. We've all seen amazing goals, right? But sometimes the most memorable goals are the ones you don't expect. Like the time Asmir Begovic, playing for Stoke City, scored a crazy goal. Begovic was a goalkeeper and they don't usually score, but this day was different. Begovic kicked the ball downfield, the wind caught it and it went over the Southampton goalkeeper's head and into the goal. Football's a game of small moments, right? A little bounce, a moment of skill, but sometimes crazy things happen. Like the time a beach ball showed up in a Premier League match. Liverpool's Pepe Reina was about to kick the ball when it hit a beach ball on the field. The ball went over Reina's head and into the goal. Sunderland fans went crazy, Liverpool players complained, and the referee, after thinking for a moment, gave the goal. So there you have it. 15 crazy football moments you probably didn't know about. From dogs on the pitch to square balls and referees scoring goals. We've seen it all. It just shows that in football, anything can happen. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Tell us in the comments which moment surprised you the most. See you next time.